Want to speak real Chinese from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at ChineseClass101.com.
Hi everybody, Yiru here. You're watching Chinese Whiteboard Lessons. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the differences between le and 过. These two words are usually used after verbs to describe actions that happened in the past. For example, did you eat or have you eaten? In Chinese, you can say 你吃了吗 or 你吃过了吗? But how are these two words different from each other? Now let's all take a close look together. If you put le after the verb, you emphasize on the action. If you put 过 after the verb, you emphasize on the experience. That being said, verb plus le or 动词加上了, in these cases, the status stays the same. But if you have verb plus 过 or 动词加上过, the status might be different. I know it's a little bit hard to understand. I have 3 pairs of examples here. Hopefully, they will help you have a better understanding. So the first group, 听说他结了婚. 听说他结过婚. Do they have different meanings? Yes. The first one, 听说他结了婚. 结了婚 is an action that he got married. And he got married and he's still married. This is the implied part. And 他结过婚 means he has been married before and he's probably or he is not married now. He has the experience of getting married, but he's now not married. That's why I said here this le emphasizes on the action, the 过 emphasizes on the experience. And if you use le, it's most likely the status stays the same. But if you use 过, the case will be different. He's been married before, but now he's not. Now let's look at another 2 sentences. 家里来了客人. 家里来过客人. What does the first sentence mean? 家里 means home or house. 家 means home or house. 来 is to come. 客人, guest or visitors. The first one actually means we have some guest or our place, our house has some guest now. The guests came and they're still here. That's what the sentence really means. And 家里来过客人. 来过 here means it's the experience or that something happened in the past and the case is different, the status is different now. So we had some guests, our place had some guests or visitors and they're not here now. Okay, the third one should be easier for you to understand now after all the explanations. 我最好的朋友10年前去了美国 versus 我最好的朋友10年前去过美国. So 去了美国 is the action. She went to the US and she's still here. I mean, she's still in the US. She went there and she stayed. 去过美国 it implies that she's been to the US and she is back now. It's her experience. Being to or going to the US is part of her experience and she is back now. So the status is different. Okay, so I hope I made it very clear for you the difference between le and 过. Le focuses on the action that happened in the past, and 过talks more about the experience. So the experience they have and now it's not the same. But le, very likely, or in most cases, I would say generally, I'm sure there will be exceptions, nothing is absolute, but most likely le, when you see le, the status will stay the same. Okay, and sometimes we can put 过了 together. And it is basically the same as 过. So when you use 过了, you also mean it's an experience, and the status might be different now. So instead of 听说他结过婚, you can also say 听说他结过了婚. And 家里来过客人, we had some guests, our place had some guests. Can also be said, we can also say 家里来过了客人。And 我最好的朋友10年前去过了美国。去过了 and 去的 they're almost the same. 过 and 过了 they are interchangeable in most cases. The next grammar point I'd like to talk about is a type of verbs in Chinese that consist of two parts, the action part and the complement part. So if there are two words in this kind of verb, the first part or the first word will be the action, and the second word will be the complement. They can be a verb plus adjective or verb plus a noun, but here I'd like to talk about verb plus noun type of verb. Like this one, 结婚 together is a verb, but it consists of 结, the action, the verb, and 婚, the complement, the noun. So how do you say someone got married or has been married? Well, there are a few different ways. So here, the first way is 结婚了, the most simple one. Just put a 了 after 结婚 or after the whole verb. 结婚了. Or you can put the 了 in between, in the middle of these two parts. So you can put le here or here. You can say 结了婚, 结了婚. Okay, these two are the actions. The action that happened in the past. If you want to emphasize on the experience, we use 过 or 过了, right? So we can put the 过 between these two parts, or we can say 结过婚 or 结过的婚 is the same. Or you can say 结过婚 and 了结过婚了. So you put the 过 in between and end with the 了. So here are a few, I know there are 5 ways of to describe something that happened in the past with this type of verb. So we have 结婚, we can say 结婚了, 结了婚, 结过婚, 结过了婚, and 结过婚了. Okay, here's another verb that follows this rule. Verb is 洗, means to wash, and 早 is the noun and the complement here. 早 can either mean shower or bath. So to say he took a shower or he has taken a shower, you can say 他洗澡的. The first one is the most simple one. You just put a 了 after the verb. Or you can put them in between. 他洗了澡 or 他洗过澡. 他洗过了澡. Or last one, probably the most difficult one, but it's more fun. So 洗 verb, 过 and 澡 noun and 了. 他洗过澡了. Okay, but here when you say 洗澡了 and 洗过澡, they both mean he took a shower. So in this case, the 洗了澡 or 洗过澡 doesn't have many differences. They basically mean the same thing. He took a shower. So there are verbs or words like this. They don't really differentiate from each other. They have basically the same meaning. So, but this is still the general rule. We should remember that. So let's try it. This word, 踢球. 踢 is the verb, and 球 is the noun, the complement here. So how do you say kicked the ball or has kicked the ball in Chinese? Let's try it together. So first, we can put le in after the word. So you can say 踢球了. And second, you can say 踢了球. Also put 过 and 过了 in between. 踢过球. 踢过了球. And the last one. 踢过球了. Great, you got it now. Okay, we have more exercises in the quiz section. Okay, in today's quiz section, I have 5 English sentences, and I'd like you to tell me if A sentence or B sentence would be a better translation for the English. Let's take a look together. 第一个, the first one, I have had chicken pox. It's an experience. I have had that. Now I don't have it. So, experience and different status. It's A. 我得过水痘. 我得过水痘. But if you say 我得了水痘, it means I got this 水痘, this condition, and I still have it. So I have chicken pox now. It actually means that. And we can just substitute this with other conditions such as cold. If you say 我得了感冒, that means that I have a cold now. I caught a cold and I still have the cold. So this is the difference. And we choose A. Let me circle it. The second one, my mother passed away 2 years ago. My mother passed away 2 years ago. Would you say 2年前? 2年前我的母亲去世了 or 2年前我的母亲去世过 So passed away is an action that happened in the past, and you cannot pass away and be back to life again, right? So the status stays the same and it's an action, so we choose A. 去世了. But if you say 去世过, it sounds like someone passed away and now they're back in life. It does not happen, at least in our universe. Okay, the third one. She has worked before. Very clear, it's an experience that's in the past. She's worked before. So 她在这里工作过. She has worked before. Oh, so far we got all A's. Okay, the next one. He's been running for 2 hours. So he's been running and he's still running. The status is the same. We have 他已经跑了2个小时 or 他已经跑过2个小时. Right. A matches. But when you say 他已经跑过2个小时, you actually imply that he probably in sometime early in the day he ran for 2 hours. Now he's not running anymore, but he did 2 hours. Sometime early, you don't know when. So if you want to say he's been running for 2 hours, you can say 他已经跑了2个小时了。他还在跑, he's still running. The last one. Did you close the door? Did you close the door? So, shall we say 你关门了吗? Or 你关过门吗? Which one would you choose? It's A again. Okay, 关门了吗? means did you close the door? But 关过门吗 you actually mean that have you closed the door and then open it again? It's actually what this implies. 关过门吗 Maybe you close it and you open it back up. And 你关门了吗关门了吗 means just closed it. Okay, and now this word 关门 is a verb that is also this type. Action plus complement, verb plus noun type of verb. So instead of 关门了 we can also say 关了门你关门了吗你关了门吗 And for this sentence, other than 你关过门吗 we can also say 你关过了门吗 or 你关过门了吗 Alright, this is the end of this lesson. Well, if you have more questions or if you have more examples that you'd like to share, please put them in the comment section below and I'd like to discuss them with you together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson. 我们下次课再见吧。Bye bye, everyone.
你好，
大家好。
Chinese Class 101.